Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Factorio, where we are in Power Town. The sulfur train is just leaving after delivering a fat load of sulfur. Well, pretty fat load. Yeah, decently fat load. Definitely more than we can really work with on this one thing. Oh, here we're really bottlenecked. You can see this one inserter is super slow. We don't have electronic circuits. I cannot place a second inserter because of this input. Alright. Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, we only came here maybe to collect some accumulators anyway. Huge amount of accumulators. Crazy accumulators. Yeah. So, basically came here only for that anyway. Although, we can actually grab resources. It's a little bit stupid that I cannot make fast inserters. That's kind of a lie. And should we grab like build like a few walls around here? Maybe. It uses mostly sulfur, right? Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, this needs so much sulfur. Like, it cannot even get behind it. It's sometimes flashing, like not enough resources. It's okay, it's not too bad. But definitely it could use more sulfur because our storage tanks are more or less static. So we're kind of using all of it. I mean, it will slow down eventually once the belts are completely full here. And once the accumulator stuff here is... Wow, we're producing so many accumulators. That's maybe too much, right? Do we really need that much accumulators? Is that really realistic? Okay, that's as you know. Then the next thing we want to do is like actually use them, and for that we need also some solar panels, and for that we need a lot of electronic circuits. So maybe it's also a good place to build like circuit town as the next thing. But before we do, let's throw down a few of those stupid walls. We have so many walls. Okay, let's go. So the lower end of Power Town is gonna be down here. Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed. That's gonna be the end of Power Town down here. Then up here. Should we kind of make it flush here? I feel like that's kind of useless to have like this little bit of land here, but what can you do? So gate over rail, that is something that would be something interesting. We don't have a gate. What would be required to make a gate? Nothing. We could just make one. Let's do. We're just gonna do that. Like so, and then we'll go over here. Nice. Nice. That looks like a proper town, doesn't it? At least decent enough for now. Yeah. I'll go with it. Then our gates we produced, and we can place a gate. Ooh, do we need 2 gates, or what's the idea here? I suppose we do. Alright. Alright, okay. That's pretty nice. So we want to produce solar panels. For that we'll go to the main base. because that's where we have all of our green stuff. These are our... Did I press some button that we don't see? Waiting for space. Yeah, it's actually quite filled up. Because we are using mainly the input from the other copper town in some places. So this is only used for base production. We're not using science right now, that's why we're not really using a lot of stuff. So let's check about the science. We want to do the personal stuff quickly, just to run through a few stuff that doesn't need blue science. Yes, I think so. Uranium. Would love to build a uranium-based train. Okay, so first order of business, let's check, do we have any... We don't have any overproduction on the red ones yet, because yeah, just don't, because we have no production on the green ones yet. Interesting. Because iron plates are lacking? Are you kidding me? Completely lacking? What's going on here? Deadlock. Oh. This is what I meant with the previous episode, I think, about our network being completely garbage, basically. It's not made to be it's not made to be like this. Like we're just like completely deadlocked here with 3 trains, and a 4th train is passing by. So you can see that there's the issue. So 2 trains are standing next to each other and they both want to go in the same direction. So this one came from, or wants to go up here. So let's go and say it goes back to Völklingen for a moment. That should clear up you to go once the train leaves the area. Yes. And then you can go as well wherever you want to be going. Nice, nice. Okay, so definitely we will be doing better on that. Okay, I will just not do science for a moment because we want to produce a few more things. And I think I will spend a bit of time on upgrading our trains. But firstly, we want to do the solar panels. So the solar panels, they produce a max output of 60. I remember the matter is that we use the substations here. But we're currently not producing anything because we don't have anything here. That is crazy town. Can I quickly take a look here? Völklingen and iron ore. We need... Okay, it's already picked... It's already dropping off here. Okay. So it's slowly coming in now. That's good. Then at least we can get a little bit of production going. So the accumulators, the question is like, how much do we need? Energy capacity, 5 megajoules. Interesting. Max, so that's how much you can save. Input 300 kilowatts, max output 300 kilowatts. Okay, let me just figure that out quickly online, and then we can make a more informed judgment on how much we need for what's the ratio. Okay, I quickly looked it up on the wiki. So the optimal ratio is 0.84 accumulators per solar panel. So that means for the optimal ratio is 21 accumulators to 25 solar panels, or a close enough approximation is 20 accumulators for 24 solar panels to produce 1 megawatt of energy that we require. So we're currently at 36. So that means we are needing to have, so no, not 20 to 24 per megawatt. It's yeah, no, that's right. So we need to build like, for 10 it would be 200 accumulators, for 20, for 30 it's 400, 600, 700 something accumulators. It's a crazy number. But we do actually have already quite a lot of accumulators, so we actually produce them quite fast. The question is just where do we even place them? And having substations would be also beneficial for sure, because yeah, certainly we want to use those substations because they have the largest radius, basically. That's the reason. Okay, we're stealing up this minimal production here. Could we produce like a few of those by ourselves? What do we need for that? Not much, right? Just a bit of plastic and green ones. But yeah, the green ones are the bottleneck currently. They're still coming in slowly, but it takes a bit of time. Why did I build a rail chain signal? Hey. Okay, let's try it out. So, this is our current power grid, and up here, another one. And yeah, they're producing a lot of pollution. Not the most pollution maybe, but significant. Okay, so should we put like our first solar grid up here? Maybe. It's kind of like prime real estate for more train stations though. I want to put it maybe in the desert, was my thought. So we would need to build, so let's say for each 20 we need 24 solar panels, so quite a lot. Well, let's just get started, right? Like we're gonna need a lot of them anyway. Then let's take the steel, the plates, the copper, everything else like inserters we still have. These we could use, and then we can produce a few more of them. But let's not produce our own green ones. Okay, so let's try things out. Like maybe back here, where the original things is. So why did I want to have these substations? Because they have a huge radius, and I remember that that was kind of the idea, that you placed one of those and then put everything around them. So what's the kind of, if I place this full of accumulators, how many would there be? Let's test that out. Is that like an even number? Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then down here probably the same, yeah. So it's basically 81 of them. It's a pretty good amount of accumulators for sure. It's like a giant power block that we're gonna build here. Right. No. Yeah, they can charge and uncharge now, but like basically we don't have like huge surplus maybe. Yeah, we're now constraining network like to the fullest basically. That's okay, that's okay. So 81, we have. So let me just put that down. Actually, it's not 81 because we have one in the middle that we don't use. So it's actually 80. Oh, that's very nice. So that makes the calculation quite good, I guess. Later. Maybe. Alright, let's put another one of those power blocks down. So let's me think. So if we say 20 to 24 to 1 megawatt, then we are producing now 160 divided by 2 is 8 megawatts. So like these amount of accumulators will be enough to produce or like to save from solar. Enough that we can power from 8 megawatts. So we need quite a lot of them actually still. We need at least 3, maybe 4 more of those at least. So it's definitely we need a lot. Definitely we do. Well, that's okay. Okay. We have to start somewhere. So just to get that one done, we need to have now, so we have 2 times 80 is 160. And 20 is like kind of 1 megawatt unit worth of it. So we are at, as I said, 8 megawatt. Yeah, 8 megawatt of things. So we need 24 solar panels. So 24 times 8 is what we require. So 24 times 8 is 192. 192 solar panels we need to place to fill those. And yes, the solar crafting is very slow. This would be definitely something we would benefit from automating as well. So we can always produce some of it, because probably it makes sense to have always some backlog of solar panels, because you always want to have more energy and have some availability of that. To craft them, however, we would need copper and steel. That's no problem, we have that on the main line. What we don't have on the main line is unfortunately the green. The green we're using only like here in these 2 factory lines currently, and splitting off a 3rd one. Pew. That will be using a lot of resources. Interesting that we use, I mean, this is just provisionary to build some engines, I guess. Yeah, we just wanted to build like some engines, that's why it's like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not even sure where I would want to destroy that stuff here. Okay, then let's try for wow, it's crazy that we actually need to craft so much by hand. Okay, let's try to craft a few solar panels. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain, but we basically only need like a kind of minimal production for them. But we want to leave us a little bit of space. And they have 3 ingredients, so we need to have 3 lines to supply them with. Solar. Copper plates, steel and green. Copper plate and steel we have right here. That's easy enough to extract. And just as if we had known that we want to extract something here, we put conveniently something there. So that'll be like that. Okay, we do that one out there. Then we have another one back here. And here we're already continuing that up there. I mean, we could just extract it from up there if we just want to be cheeky and don't care about like continuing the line here in a sensible fashion. Then yeah, let's be cheap. But we can make that a little bit nicer because we are going to join them up here. I wish there was an option that when you're standing on the belt that it would disable that you're moving along with the belt. That'd be great. I'd love that, such a feature. And here we have a rebalancer. And here we have a splitter. I think the rebalancer is a bit nonsense, to be honest, because it's not like we have a huge filled belt right now. There's really hardly a way to get that stuff out of there. Oh my god. What a crazy setup here. What a crazy setup. What's the best way to extract like some portion of that? Upwards. Can put that for now like that again. And then I want to replace anyway some of those here with more up-to-date ones. I think the way to go would be to move that one back. Oof, 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 oof. I had a plan, but I don't think it completely formulates in my head currently. So we could put that one back. What a spaghetti code. What a spaghetti kind of setup here, right? It's absolutely a menace. Well, we can put them like to this belt over here, a little bit on the lower side. Would that help? I think so, maybe, but we want to get them basically up here in a more or less sane fashion. Yeah, I think that would help actually if we just did that. It wouldn't make it look pretty. Not gonna claim that it will. It very likely will not. So then here it will be like that, and here we will put one there, and then one here, jumping all the way over, and then you can boot that there, and that gives us just enough space that we can route from here now to up there, kind of. But we also will have to do the power pole again, of course, and then we can sneak all the way over here. So, as I said, not necessarily pretty, but it works. And then we're gonna just throw down some poles here, and of course put them inserters. And steel is not coming because we did not put a splitter yet. Then we also want to extract that, of course, and collect those solar panels into a box, because really there's no... I think they might be used later in some science, I don't remember, but that's... I think I'm already leaning towards that we probably want to build like a new science factory when the time comes that is a little bit more scaled. For now, things are just as they are, to work in a rudimentary way, not in a hugely efficient way. But yes, they are producing solar panels at a slow pace, but that's nice. Green science is working, but I feel a little bit thin on the steel front, and indeed there is a bit of a issue here. The Völklingen one is getting filled up slowly, and then it will come here. So I think the production on Völklingen could be improved significantly so that the train at least can arrive and be filled from the start. That would be really nice. And I set, what, 192? 192, I'll write it down, is our target, that we get 192 solar panels going. Yeah, that'll be quite a bit of solar. Well, that'll be good, that'll be good. Okay, so next up we can do also some electronic furnaces in a bit. That would be nice. Can we get some green circuits? We can, because now finally the blue science is backed up because we stopped science production. And we can get a bit of stone down here, because finally, yeah, we have some production of that, and then we can do electronic furnaces. Very nice. And then we can scale the production of the stuff down in Völklingen to more reasonable levels. So, getting a nice few solar panels. We need something else for Völklingen. Power poles, more or less in order. But we definitely want to catch a bit of stuff here. Well, hopefully Völklingen will have enough iron plates for us anyway, but we also took a bit of it. Yeah, we're already completely emptied out. Maybe we can just grab the train to Völklingen when it's coming here in a second. That'd be nice. Let's just get it here. A little bit early. Stack inserters could also be something that we're missing in Völklingen for quicker loading. Maybe. Yeah, they're unloading now with the stack inserters. They are unloading now much faster. That's kind of the goal. Emptying cargo. I can't believe it's like supposed to be like that fast, because this one is like more than half filled still. I mean, the empty cargo instructions anyway are not that smart, because it could also be that theoretically, right now this is definitely not the case, but that the destination station is completely backed up, so that they cannot unload. Then it will unload in this station forever. So that is also not an efficient way to do it, but for now these things are as they are. So let's get down to Völklingen and figure out, before we end the episode, that we scale the production there a little bit more. Good. At least for loading we're using fast inserter, so it's not completely nonsense. But we can see that the belts are not completely overburdening the system. But it seems like the production is like completely nonsensical. Like that's maybe the issue. Yeah, it's different than I thought. That we don't get enough stuff here. We're not even in Völkling, and yeah, Völkling is not producing its own stuff. It's just unloading. And now the delivery up there is too slow. So double. That should be fine, right? Because this is the last join. It seems fine. It seems like we can load two pretty filled belt. I mean, there's a little bit of space as I see, but the belts are pretty filled. Not completely, but pretty much. And then the next train comes here already. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, actually, yeah, we don't have like a problem with, more or less. Like in the middle we have a little bit of an issue because they're using the stuff from the middle much faster because of our setup here. The middle gets unloaded. Like the middle has a lot more stuff used up than the outer ones because we're not really balancing stuff correctly, but more or less it's all fine. And now that we have increased the throughput here, then the issue has resolved itself as well. So that the issue has resolved itself is nice to see. So then we can create the next issue by, again, putting more smelting capacity on this thing. For that, we need furnaces, which we have. So here, and then there's basically one furnace in the middle space. Like that. Nice. Cool. And then these ones, they are going to need to be connected somehow. Where do we want to split things off? So I'm thinking we have basically 3 outputs. So it would make sense that 3 outputs, so each of those feeds one dedicated line, right? In my view that makes sense, but of course that has the disadvantage that if one of them is empty, yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm gonna put like some stuff here. Seems like we want to load the trains from here with some fuel. And they are loading the trains with fuel, just that they're burning through it quickly. Okay. So do we want to use each output for one dedicated thing, or do we want to rebalance them? Interesting questions. Maybe if we had 4, it would be nice, because then we could just split the 2 here and 4 again. I'm not so sure what's the best way. So for now, let's just use those 2 lines here and just hope that we can get things more or less going correctly. Like that. And we'll take half of it off here and then do it like a rebalancing afterwards. I think that more or less approximates what is a good strategy. Good. And here we need to go down here, and we will put our stuff right there, but in a different way. We'll just put it like this. I think that's like the way to do it with 3 splitters, that you more or less balance each thing out. Thinking so, but I'm not sure. And then 3, and the next one up here, no, below. Whoop, nice. Nice, nice. So can we early on see some throughput issues? I think not. I think right now the throughput looks very good. Yeah, looks very good. So the cargo here is almost full. Let's go to the iron delivery. And then let's check on our solar panel production. Yeah, we're underproducing a lot of key resources, because that's why we're not running the science currently also. Oof, yeah, definitely we need more stuff produced here. But it's actually backed up because of the lack of production. That's at least something. So we need 192 solar panels, and we think we might have them. Nope, not yet. Not even yet. Not even. Crazy. We have 150, 63, something like that. Like another 30 or something at least we need. That's even only like 8 megawatts. We're actually needing more. We're needing... Yeah, we have varied production, but I think we can have a maximum production of 36, something like that. Production is capped at 36. And I think our accumulators are probably full. Not even. Are we not satisfying the demand? Wow. We're actually underproducing electricity. Is that true? How come that we're not producing more then? Doesn't that make any... That doesn't make sense. We should be producing more then. Or is it like an issue with the accumulators? No power. Not enough power, I guess. I think it's because of the accumulators. So if I just disconnect them... No, somehow we would love to have more electricity. How can that be? Why are we only producing 28 electricity if we need 40? Why always at the end of the episode I find like something weird? Okay, it's because of no fuel. Okay, we have a fuel issue, a very urgent fuel issue. Even though it doesn't look like terribly bad, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. What is going on there? So we're simply not getting enough output from this here. Because of probably power. Yeah, low power means low fuel. That makes sense. The issue is that we kind of want... yeah. Right. I mean, as soon as the power goes up, they would also produce faster. Okay, let's just place down some solar panels. Let's see how that helps. Maybe let's do that as the last thing in the episode. So, do we want to use substations here again for those as well? Kind of want to place them a little bit somewhere else. Maybe we'll go up to our station there. I mean, currently we're not even using signs, so that should also be taken into account that we actually. So here we go. That's gonna be our first solar thing. There we go. So those are a little bit less good to put because they are. I mean, you could put them like kind of like to the edge, right? You don't have to place them directly in here. You could put them like with one corner even just to. Well, you could do that with the accumulators also in theory, right? To put like more on them on one substation. The question is, how do we align this middle thing? So like this, like that, and then this one would be that. So it would align like this here, kind of, right? Yeah, that is a layout. We have also a fuel warning issue here. Train is out of fuel. Oof. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then down here also 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. Is that right? Am I stupid? No. 49. And we have 192. About 4 of them we need of these layouts. Okay, that's quite a lot. Okay, then let's connect the first one up. I mean, that's something. Alright, sorry, my girlfriend was calling. Yeah, I think that's at least something. I think I'm going to call the episode here. We'll have to continue this afterwards, but it's working. We have our first solar. Thanks for watching. See you next episode.